Hello friends, and welcome to Miss Debbie's Storybook STEM class, where we always find a little bit of science in every book we read. Before we get started with our STEM lesson, let's sing our hello song. Here goes. It's time to wave our hands and say hello, hello. It's time to wave our hands and say hello, hello. I'm so glad that you are here. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's smile and wave our hands and say hello. Hello, friends, and welcome again to Miss Debbie's Storybook STEM class. Miss Debbie is really excited about today's lesson because it's about a snowman who sneezes and he can't stay warm and it gets too cold and his body changes over and over again in this book. It changes because he's melting and he's freezing. Now those lead to scientific words that are called states of matter. Can you say that? States of matter. Actually, let's stand up on 2 feet and shout out the word states of matter and jump up at the same time. Are you ready for that? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. States of matter. That's right, there are 3 states of matter. The first is a solid, the second is a liquid, and the third is a gas. Today we're going to be working with solids and liquids. And before we get started, let's read our book called Sneezy the Snowman. Now, Sneezy the Snowman is written by Maureen Wright and illustrated by Stephen Gilpin. Sneezy the Snowman. Sneezy the Snowman shivered. Brrr! It's cold out here, that's for sure. I need a drink to warm me up. So, looks like they've got a nice hot drink for him right there. He drank cocoa from a cup. He said with a smile, I like this a lot. And then, right there, believe it or not, ooh, see the steam coming out of his cup? That's a vapor. He melted from drinking something too hot. The children cried out, what should we do? A voice from the puddle said, make me brand new. There's Sneezy the Snowman. He has melted. He was cold, icy snow, and he drank hot cocoa and melted. They rebuilt Sneezy as snowflakes flew. A cold winter wind swirled and blew. The snowman sneezed a gigantic achoo! I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too. A little girl said, then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my hat to put on your head. You look awesome, the children said. The snowman blinked his coal-black eyes. The stocking cap was a nice surprise. But Sneezy the Snowman shivered. Brrr! It's cold out here, that's for sure. I am freezing every minute. I'll find a hot tub and sit right in it. Uh-oh, what do you think's gonna happen if he sits in a hot tub? He found one and smiled. I like this a lot. And then, right there, believe it or not, what do you think happened to Sneezy? He melted from sitting in water too hot. You were right. The children cried out, what should we do? A voice from the hot tub said, make me brand new. They rebuilt Sneezy as snowflakes flew. A cold winter wind swirled and blew. The snowman sneezed a gigantic achoo! I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too, a little boy said. Then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my scarf that's red and blue. I think it would look great on you. The snowman blinked his coal-black eyes. The colorful scarf was a nice surprise. Look at these birds having a snowball fight. He threw it right in his face and it says, pfft. Can you see that? Aren't they silly? What do you think's gonna happen? He's got a hat and a scarf. It went very well with the long pink hat. The children all said, how about that? But Sneezy the snowman shivered. Brr! It's cold out here, that's for sure. I need to feel some warmth on me. There's a campfire by that tree. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see what happens when something cold gets too close to something really hot. He said with a smile, I like this a lot. And then, right there, believe it or not, he melted from standing beside something hot. The children cried out, what should we do? A voice from the puddle said, you know what it said, make me brand new. That's right. They rebuilt Sneezy as snowflakes flew. A cold winter wind swirled and blew. Those kids are really busy building Sneezy up again so many times. The snowman sneezed a giant achoo! I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too. A little girl said, then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my coat, the perfect fit. I know that you will look great in it. The snowman blinked his coal-black eyes. The bright orange coat was a nice surprise. It went very well with the scarf and hat. The children all said, how about that? Those poor children, look how cold they are. They're giving up all of their warm clothes to keep Sneezy warm. But Sneezy said, phew, I'm way too hot. I'll take off all the new clothes that I've got. Look at the silly birds. Is he making a silly face at his friend? It's getting too hot. Let's see what happens. The children yelled, no, that's not the way. Listen to what we have to say. Buy something cold at the ice cream store. Have 2 scoops, or 3, or 4. Yum. There they go, to the ice cream store. Sneezy ate ice cream, 7 scoops high. This is great, the snowman cried. I'm not too cold and I'm not too hot, and I'm wearing clothes I like a lot. Then after eating every bite, let's see, there are 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, and they're all different flavors. I wonder what's gonna happen after eating every bite. What do you think? He said, at last I feel just right. Perfect. Sneezy the snowman is happy. The end. Well, that's the end of our story, and now we're going to have some fun with some STEM activities dealing with the states of matter. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, welcome to our first activity. Our first activity is going to be a melting activity, and we are going to make our very own frozen snowman. And then before we do that, we are going to need some baking soda. Just a good cupful, depending on how many you want to make. You don't have to make your snowman any particular size, so however much you have will do. Then you're going to need some water to do this. And to decorate your snowman and give it some eyes and a nose, you can either use some googly eyes. And Miss Debbie has cut out some orange triangles for a nose here. If you don't have googly eyes, you can cut out some black paper for an eye, or any color that you'd like to make some eyes for your snowman, and any color carrot nose that you'd like as well. So the first thing we're going to do is get a bowl and a tray to work on, or some newspaper, and you are going to put some spoonfuls of baking soda into your bowl. And like I said, it doesn't really matter how much. Miss Debbie has used about 4 teaspoons full of baking soda here. And then I'm going to start off with a small amount of water, because it's almost like we're going to be making a Play-Doh paste. So I'm going to pour in a little bit of water, and then I'm going to mix it up. Now this snowman will not be done right away. Miss Debbie put too much water, so I'm going to pour in a little bit more baking soda. Once this is done, we are going to wrap it in some plastic wrap, or you could put it in a plastic baggie. This is perfect. You see the consistency I have there? Now I'm going to grab a good handful of my baking soda and water mixture and put it in my hands, and I'm going to roll it like I'm making a snowball. I'm going to squeeze it a little bit and then roll it a little bit so it goes into a circle. Then when I'm done with that, I'm going to take my googly eyes and I'm going to push them in just a little bit. You can do that with paper. And if you don't have colored paper, you could use white paper and use markers as well. You might have some colors running around your snowman when we do our activity, but that'll be even more fun. And Miss Debbie is going to push down her carrot nose just like so. Then when you're all done, you are going to take a piece of, like I said, a piece of plastic wrap or a plastic baggie. And you're going to wrap your snowman. Now this is going to take a couple hours to freeze. So if you did it in the morning, you'd be ready to do your activity after lunch. Or if you put together your snowman after lunch, you'd be ready to make your snowman after dinner. Now this is going to be a lot of fun. So Miss Debbie's going to show you what happens once your snowman is frozen. So what's going to happen is we are going to combine the vinegar, which is an acid, with the baking soda, which is a base, and that is going to result in an entirely new substance, which is carbon dioxide, which is a gas, basically. So the first thing you're going to need is either a medicine dropper, a pipette, spoon, or even a small little cup. And you're going to need a bowl to hold your frozen snowman in. Isn't he cute? And then what we are going to do is take our time with this, because this is a lot of fun. This is the most fun part of this activity. So don't rush it. And when you're done with your vinegar, if you still have some more snowman left, you can get some more vinegar and keep adding it to it. Or if you have enough in the bowl, Miss Debbie's going to show you how I can scoop it up and use it over again. So here goes my first spoonful on top of my snowman. I'm going to make it a little bit closer and see if you can see it fizzing. Can you see that fizzing? That's our chemical reaction taking place. We have a solid snowman, and we're turning it into a liquid with our vinegar and creating a gas, carbon dioxide. And that's our fun activity. So Miss Debbie wants you to have a lot of fun with that, and I'm going to be back in just a second with another fun melting snowman activity. Now our second activity is going to involve changing solids into liquids as well. But we're going to do a little math with this, and we are going to measure the difference between ice cubes that have been outside in the cold, and we are going to compare them to ice cubes that have been inside the house at room temperature. We are going to compare which one melts the fastest. Now what you're going to need is 2 different jars or bowls and rulers. If you don't have rulers, you could use like a popsicle stick or a pencil. And on the popsicle stick, you could draw a line where the ice cubes were, the tallest part of the ice cubes. And if you use a pencil or a marker, you can maybe wrap an elastic or a string around the highest point of the ice cubes. So that's what we're going to need first is our ice cubes, something to put them in, something to measure them with, and something to hold them. Now, Miss Debbie has included a printable here. It's called Ice Excavation, and this is comparing the 2 different temperatures to see which melts fastest. So the first thing is the hypothesis. That's our guess. And it says what temperature will melt the ice fastest. Circle your guess. So before we get started, I want you to guess which temperature will melt it the fastest. Cold or room temperature. It has hot here, but Miss Debbie doesn't want anybody to get hurt. So we're just going to compare those 2. So you're going to circle which one you think is going to melt your ice cubes the fastest. And then you're going to indicate what temperature melted the ice the fastest. Set yourself a time. Maybe you could put it for an hour or a half hour, however long you'd like. But set that timer on your phone or on a microwave or anything that you might have a timer with in your house. And then go ahead and check and see where the tallest point of your ice cube rests and see which one has melted the fastest. So that's going to be a lot of fun. The last activity Miss Debbie has included is a roll a snowman activity. And you're going to need a die or some playing cards with numbers on them. And you are going to roll the die. I got a 3. I'm going to look at the 3 and it's going to tell me to draw the snowman's buttons. So I'm going to draw snowman's buttons on my snowman. Then I'm going to roll again and I got a 4. Now I have to draw the snowman's eyes. So Miss Debbie hopes you have a lot of fun with that activity. Thank you so much for joining me today, reading Sneezy the Snowman and learning about the states of matter and a quick STEM activity that involved chemical reactions. So until I see you again next week, my friends, let's sing our goodbye song. Here goes. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye. We've had lots of fun, my friends, and we'll do it all again. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Stay happy and healthy, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, friends.